Hello everybody, my name is Alex. Welcome to another bag comparison, and we're comparing a real Chanel classic flap in the medium size and a replica classic flap in the small size, both in caviar leather and gold hardware. On this video, I'm going to show you a close-up look of both bags, how you may spot the differences. So you may either get a pre-love and know how to authenticate your handbag, or if you wanted to go the other route, which is getting the dupe one. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's first compare the price. The authentic small classic caviar leather online costs $10,400 USD. And the replica I got online, it costs $465. Second, let's talk about the smell. The authentic bag should have very nice leather smell, although this bag, I've had it for quite a bit and it's pre-love and it's from 2008, so I don't really smell anything that much anymore, but there's still a little bit hit of nice leather smell. Versus replica bags, especially when you first get it, there's going to be very strong chemical smell. Yes, they do eventually go away, but there's still going to be traces of that strong chemical smell. So that's a good way for you to check if the bag is authentic. Another way that I check is the size. Now, there are completely two different sizes on here. This one is medium size, so you can't really compare it apples to apples. And the fake one is a small size. So let me give you the size of the authentic one. And I've seen all the time like replica bags gets the wrong size and dimension. So if you're authenticating again your bag, second thing to look for is the size of the bag. So this should be 9 inches across, and which this bag kind of gets. You know, it's about 9 inches. I would say a little bit short of 9 inches. 5.7 in height. Yes, so this bag do get this one 5.7 in height and 243 inches in width, which is about correct. So as far as the size-wise go, dimension of the bag, it gets the bag very, very close. But another way, really like the size, that's one good way to authenticate, check the dimension of the bag. However, the strap, I know it's a bit longer. Like, they typically get the strap a little bit longer than it needs to be. It's great because, you know, we complain about this one having short strap, but you don't want to be noticeably fake, right? So this bag should have approximately 16.5 inches drop. That's what the length of the bag should be. And this is approximately 18. So there is where the extra inch, and it's a little bit noticeable, especially if you know your stuff. So, but that's a good way for you to check is the dimension and the length of the hardware. It's also going to tell you something about the bag. Let's talk at the leather and the overall look. These two bags came from 2 different years of production, and they eventually, and Chanel eventually update the look of the bag to make it more current. So you can see here the flap shape is completely different from each other. That doesn't mean that it's not, it's gonna be automatically fake. You just have to look at the current look of the bag on the website and see what's the current design. I prefer actually this look. This one's a little bit odd looking to me. I don't know why they changed the plop shape, but I will pop a picture of the authentic and show you that they got the copy. And so you gotta be careful. They do update the look of the bags eventually on the website. They copy it from something, you know, so you just gotta be careful on what you look for, because this bag gets the look overall. The quilt is properly placed at everything. There's really nothing. I've noticed the back pocket is also placed on the right part of the bag. So just where it hits from here to here, that's what you want to check for. And this one kind of gets the overall look, like where this hits, where this hit, where this lands, and everything like down here. So it pretty much gets the look. As far as the leather, that's one thing though that they can never almost replicate. The quality of the leather on Chanel, which should be really, really good quality space because of the price, is really nice and soft. So this is grained calfskin leather, which is the caviar. Even though it's a more durable, harder leather, it still has some softness to it, some luxurious feel that you can easily tell by touching the leather. That's one thing to tell when you are touching the bag. This one has stiffness to it that's not here. Like you can see here, there's a lot of pushback and movement when you push or squeeze the bag. This one, not so much. And that's how you can tell when a leather is a little bit stiff and lower quality, and that's what the replica bags will typically have. It's going to have lower quality leather, which this one have a little bit stiff, not a lot of movement, versus this one, it's just more luxurious to the touch for sure. This is original quality, guys, so it's very, very hard to tell, to be honest with you. I was really amazed when I got this one, and again, I mentioned this from my reveal of this bag. Somehow the medium size they can't copy like nicely, but the small size they always get it so close that it's so hard for me to tell. Like I wouldn't even be able to tell if somebody wearing this if this is fake. Typically the leather tends to be more dry as well on the fake one, and a little bit more lighter black, like lighter matte, just matte color, like there's no shine. It's super like dull looking, but somehow I can't tell, right? Look at this. Yes, a little bit of shine missing on this one compared to the authentic one, but the puff, the quilting, the sizes of the quilting, they look so freaking nicely done. So it's very hard to tell with this certain bag because this one is one of the best ones that I've ever seen. So overall look, very hard to tell if it's fake. Let's talk about the hardware. Normally too, the hardware is my biggest giveaway. The hardware on the fake one tends to be more orange than yellow, but on this one, there's not much difference. Can you tell? I swear I've gotten so many replica bags with more orange, and I've done so many of these comparison, and typically the hardware tends to be more orange because orange color is less quality material. You know, it's not much gold plating on there, that's why it's more orange, but this one is pretty darn close. This actually tends to be more orange. It is going to be a darker, rich yellow color on this one because this one is 14K, 24 karat plated versus the newer bags going to be 14K. But I will show you like this one, the hardware on this actually is very, very close to the authentic one, even online. Like I can't really tell. It's amazing. Like normally I can like buy the CC, like this CC hardware, I can tell right off just by looking at it. Okay, now you can see there's a little bit of that orange color that's captured on the video, which is great. You kind of can see, but without a bag to compare with is very hard, right? So, yeah, but far away, they kind of look similar. Not much difference in my opinion. But let me show you one trick that normally works, okay? The magnet trick. The magnet will attract the fake replica chain straps. So here's the original, but don't just rely heavily on this. I've heard people also sometimes get magnetized by a little bit, but the fake one gets magnetized very, very strong. Okay, so you have, if your strap gets magnetized too strong like this, and I've tried this in many of my Chanel bags, okay? This trick almost worked 9 out of 10, so it's not like 100% is gonna work. But if it's very strongly magnetized like this, possibility the bag is fake. Now let's look at the interior. This is where I really catch a lot of error on the fake bags. and this is normally where I look. I check like where the flap should hit here, you know. Sometimes it's way too low here, way higher or too low. It's just they don't have the right size of the flap down here, so I check for that. And another thing I heavily check is, I'm sorry, because this is an older bag. As you can see, it has a black interior. They updated the color to the burgundy later on. Is their interior color. The fake bags, most of the time I've seen it, the interior color is always wrong. It's more purple than red, like dark red wine or burgundy color. You want the dark red wine burgundy color. So if you see a little bit hint of purple in the interior, yeah, that's already fake for sure, okay? I mean, even though this is like supposedly original quality, they cannot get that nice burgundy interior color. And that is one of the biggest giveaway, and I always look for this. Another thing I look for is the CC. And the CC all around should be of same sizes. But this one, I feel like this is way too close in here, and it's not, the stitching is way too big. It's too prominent. You can always almost see the stitching too thick. So one of the other things you can look for, the stitching should be finer and nicer. You can see here, the CC, it's a little bit more even all around. I'll pop a picture of the other one too, but this is one way. I've seen a lot of fake bags with skinnier CC. They just cannot get this evenly all throughout. They need to have the same width. So if you see anything that doesn't have the same width all around, that is like something that I right away can tell if something's fake. And then there's the engraving. The engraving should be nicely engraved on there. Most of the time, you should be able to feel some grooves in there. Like this one, I can feel this a little bit deeper versus this one's more like just lighter feel. There's really not much texture on there. Another thing to look for is the interior of the bag needs to be like the interior leather. Needs to be completely laid flat. There shouldn't be any bulkiness, anything that's not straight on there. I see a little bit of like wrinkling on this side, not completely like flat. That's one way to check. You see that there's wrinkling over there in the bottom. That's also an indication the bag could be fake. And lastly, all the time, when a bag have a RFID tag and a serial sticker, now that's definitely fake. You can only have one of the other, okay? If a bag is older, I think before 2021, you should have the serial sticker, which this one has. And it needs to be a little bit lower down here. It needs to be laying flat straight, not halfway like this one is. Now you can see like the serial sticker down there. It's a little bit too high. Should be in the bottom left corner straight, not slanted like that. And it shouldn't also have this RFID tag, okay? After 2021, they start putting this code tag here. This tag should be the one that should be on your bag. So let me show you like mod shots of the bag side by side, so you can see how the bag looks, if there's much difference. There is a little bit of, you can tell the strap of the fake one, it's a little bit longer, but not too noticeable in my opinion. I feel like you can't really see too much, but you know, even I'm a little bit like picky. I want to make sure everything matches, but I wouldn't care. I'm actually going to start using the rep bag. I just feel like the small size feels and looks better for me on because it's a little bit of stiffer structured handbag. I like it to be a smaller bag, especially when I'm not carrying a lot and I don't need all that space. To me, the small size is a better choice, and I never found one that I really like until now. I really like the small bag and the size, and the price too. So I'm gonna be using it, but I just wanted to show you this comparison so you may make an informed decision. I'm gonna end the video here. I'm not gonna show you like accessories and authenticity card comparison. I've done that already. If you want to see my medium classic flap comparison video, it has the full video on that one. I will link it if you like. But yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message in the comment box below. I normally respond to those, so yeah, just let me know, hit me up if you have any question about what I talked about here. This is for information and purposes only, and I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you so much and hope to see you next time. Bye, ciao for now.